Before we think about this week's Torah portion, Shemot, let's go back to the beginning of the Bible, to the opening chapters of Genesis, where in the creation story, God brings each animal, unnamed, to Adam. It's Adam's job to give that animal a name. This, of course, is a paradigmatic story of partnership between God and the human. But there's something even more significant about it. Giving something a name is a tremendous power that we have. What we call something, how we perceive it, how we want to be called, these are the things of which relationships are made. In this week's Torah portion, the opening words are Eila Shemot. These are the names. This second book of the Torah begins with the demand that we mention names. It's a way of keeping track of the people who came down into Egypt and those who will go out. These names play a major role. Today, we're witnessing a controversy over a name called Palestine. Many of us know that the word Palestine was the name given to the area by the Romans 2,000 years ago. It was part of the punishment of the Jews for a rebellion, and when the temple was destroyed, that completed the punishment for that period of time. The word Palestine is derived from Philistine, and the Romans, by giving the name Palestine to the area, were trying to humiliate the Jews even more. Ironically, as time went on, Jews themselves considered themselves Palestinians because they lived in that area that was called Palestine. Today, the word Palestine is really reserved for the Arabs who live in that area and a state that will someday come into existence. Until now, there's never been a political entity called Palestine. It was always a geographical term. There will be a Palestine. There needs to be a Palestine, not just for the sake of the Palestinian Arabs, but for the Israeli Jews as well. But the way that things are unfolding now in the United Nations, with the Palestinians and their leadership trying to avoid direct negotiations with Israel, as they did when Israel made offers several times of creating and helping to create a Palestine that would live in peace next to the Jewish state. This is not the way that it will happen. It will cause more distress, more pain, and some of the articles we're reading in today's press are predicting dire consequences. We hope, Jews hope, for peace. And we hope that peace will come about the only way that peace can come about, and that is by the two parties, the Palestinian Arabs and the Israeli Jews, sitting down and working out their destiny together. Shemot, names, Palestine, Israel. Shabbat Shalom.